Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday the 6th through Saturday to come the 12th. We're beginning with the dice and buy shoes. Weekend away, and yes. Weekend away is very possible because, of course, Monday is Labor Day in the United States. Spirit says massage. Party. And yes. With the cards, we are beginning with the High Priestess. Major Arcana card 2, which represents the energy of Gemini, perhaps a water sign. And this is a very feminine card, a very spiritual card, maybe a combination of both of those. In love, she can represent a woman who you feel, especially if you're interested in women romantically, whether you're a woman yourself or you're a man, or you identify as a masculine or a feminine. In either case, not gender or orientation specific, just talking about archetypes. And if you're interested in a feminine and or female yourself, then you may feel that she is sort of unapproachable and unattainable because she's just like mystical and magical and maybe super spiritual and stuff, and you don't really necessarily know how you fit into that. There could be other reasons why you feel she's unapproachable, unattainable. Maybe she's older. Sometimes you can feel like she's out of your league. She's super smart and, just really psychic. Just has like a lot going on to maybe draw attention to her. And you don't necessarily know how you fit in. And you may feel like she's unapproachable, unattainable. And maybe she is. And if she is, it's possible she's going to stay that way. It's just never going to happen. But that doesn't mean that you don't try if you feel guided to. Also, the card showing up, speaking of being guided, when it shows up is, an indication for us to pay attention to our intuition, maybe more so than other aspects. But at the same time, the High Priestess is she's the type of person to pay attention to her intuition, but also to her street smarts and her intelligence and her wisdom and her gut feelings. Like every bit of information that she has access to, she's going to use it and then apply all that knowledge, that combined knowledge to making the decisions that she has to make in her life. And a lot of the time when she has a decision to make, or even if she's just trying to plan like her next step, her next move, she doesn't share it with anybody. Like she doesn't tell anybody what she has going on until it's already in motion or complete, so that they don't mess it up. Sometimes when you tell people about stuff, next thing you know, like it doesn't happen, it gets ruined just because you shared it. So she avoids that. Let me look at the card behind her actually first. Oh, it's the Three of Wands, which... This might have been the overall energy in the general reading. It was definitely a card that popped up, and for love, it's very positive too. When the Three of Wands in general can be a card that indicates that you're told, your wishes are coming true. You're manifesting things that you've wanted and tried to put into effect. But it's one of those cards that can indicate that like more patience is necessary. Before it's fully manifested. But like with that Three of Wands, I guess that's why I think this is why I was meant to, after I opened the card to this, and to go back and look at the card behind the High Priestess, because they were trying to tell me the Three of Wands was there, because the Three of Wands plus this one, right, this Ace of Wands equals the Four of Wands. That's a complete, manifestation. That's happiness, contentment, relationships, all of that. Of course, the Ace of Wands, as it relates to love, can be a new relationship or a new phase in an existing relationship, new situation. Maybe somebody's afraid of that, though. You could be afraid of things deepening, afraid of things moving, especially if maybe this is something you tried before and it didn't work out. And you're trying again, or you've been out of the game for a while as an individual, out of the dating scene, and you're just like nervous about jumping back in. Even the prospect of a brand new start can be scary. But this is, again, positive energy. And you're guided to spend time being social. There could be reason to celebrate, around for you, and certainly not to be worried like this. If you're up at night, unable to sleep, let it be because you had too much fun partying. Three of Cups can be about reunions and reconciliations too, like with old friends. Ooh, Two of Wands. I shuffled the other decks already too, and the Two of Wands is there. That's going to be the starting card with there, and it's another one of the cards that popped up in the other reading. Of course, the Two of Wands, a soulmate card, or the divine union, or twin flame card of the tarot, but it's also key in manifestation. And the Nine of Pentacles is positive as a singles card or a couples card. As it relates to couples, it's like two people with mutual adoration and respect for one another. So a relationship that can really go somewhere, like you hold each other in high regard. And for singles, it's about being able to spend time with yourself, getting to know yourself, love, like yourself, you know, and just enjoying it, like not needing anybody else. I like that Beyonce song because today was her birthday. Today, Friday the 4th, right? It's her birthday. She turned 39. Okay, the Hierophant in reverse is another card that popped up in the general. And it's about breaking with tradition, right? The Hierophant upright is a card that is strongly about keeping with tradition. And when it's in reverse like this, we could be saying, you know what, to hell with the typical. We're going to be, I want something unusual. I'm going to do something out of the norm, out of the ordinary. I'm going to get with somebody that's super spiritual. I'm going to date a witch. I'm going to date somebody that's older than me, or I'm going to date somebody that's younger than me. Those are the kind of things that can come with the High Priestess and with seeing this card like this in reverse. Major Arcana card 5, the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus. And behind him is the Knight of Swords in reverse, which can be about getting swept off your feet in love, very fast moving energy, and maybe something brand new and abundant for you. Yeah, fresh start. Page of Wands, of course, wonderful energy for love and relationship. It brings news of new opportunities to move forward, maybe even travel or meet somebody on your travels. Perhaps a direct fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And the next card is in reverse. It is the Page of Swords, which is another repeat from the general. It was actually the card that most directly represented our energy for the week in a general sense. Speaking of that, I'm going to pull out the stands now. And now, from the standpoint of love, we'll see what card most directly represents us and surrounding energy and stuff. So, okay, so the deck is still Hierophant in reverse, turning it around. The first card will be the card that most directly represents our energy this week. And it is the Four of Wands, also in reverse. So the Four of Wands in reverse is one of those cards that's pretty much the same as when it is upright. It's a beautiful card for love and relationship. Card most surrounding us, so surrounding energy, so close friends, family members, romantic interests, partners, spouses, mates. Queen of Wands, upright. You know what? I just changed the spread. I meant to pull one for each element. So we'll leave these as is, and I'll pull 4 more. So this will be the card for the fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Tower in reverse. Definitely not as bad as the Tower upright. And certainly not as dire. You don't even have to be breaking up with the Tower in reverse. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is your energy, the Page of Pentacles. Upright. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is your energy, the King of Swords. You see how mistakes happen? There are no coincidences. I accidentally forgot my own spread in the middle of the reading, or did it differently, and now we have these cards falling in line. Water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Not directly your energy, but there is water in this card, and it is about smooth sailing. The Six of Swords in reverse. All right, we'll make sure everything is in frame. Let me see everything. All right, so the Four of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Wands upright to the card most directly representing us and surrounding energy, which may include more of our energy and or close friends, family member, again, our romantic interests, whatever. Both of these cards are about our need to get out and be social, and the fact that we may actually have like a party or event, maybe even a wedding or something that to attend this week, or that we've been invited to. We have an opportunity to go somewhere, and just like the Three of Cups that popped up before, if we get that opportunity to be social, if we're at all able, I know that it's COVID and people got to be careful and maybe you shouldn't necessarily go, but if you're able and it'll be a safe situation for you, you should make it your business to go. Both of these cards are very positive and conducive to meeting people and entering relationship. If you're already in a relationship, then of course you don't need to do that. You don't need to go to the party. If you're in a relationship and you're happy, you're committed and happy, you don't need to meet anybody new at a social event. These two cards for you would mean that there is a deepening of the commitment and love and passion that's already in your relationships, with that fire driving it. Also, the Queen of Wands can be symbolic of the fact that this week, Venus, ruler of the signs of Taurus, which again, the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus, Libra, that may be that King of Swords, and Gemini, again, possibly that King of Swords, she enters Leo. So I think this queen energy could be representing very much Venus in Leo. Of course, Venus also rules love and abundance. So, it's just totally her placement. And the Venus in Leo transit encourages not only pursuit of what we want, confident pursuit of what we want, but communication, like real communication of expressing yourself, expressing your feelings, saying what you mean, meaning what you say. And so it's conducive to relationship healing too, where there had been a problem, and growth. The Hierophant, Tower in reverse, which is the fire signs card, and the Page of Pentacles also have some similarities. These can be cards that talk about like you sort of being over your situation. I guess whether you're single or you're in a relationship, it's just like it's the same old, same old. It's boring. It's a dud at this point. And it's that time when you need to think about what you want to do. So like I said before, the Hierophant is about tradition when it's upright. And of course, being in reverse is about a desire, at least, to break with tradition, to do something different because you are tired of the same old, same old. You are bored in your relationship, and you do long to sort of step outside of your usual routines and what's expected of you by either the people that surround you or society or whatever it is. And you're encouraged to do that, actually. You're encouraged to do that. It's like you got to be careful about pushing too far and too fast, though. So sort of like, just cut ahead and move on into it, and into yourself, into your truth, if that's what you've been fighting. But like being overly aggressive even with yourself, can send you into like a shell shock, if that makes sense. And of course, if we push other people too hard or fast, then we could push them away and sort of, alienate them or ourselves from them. And I don't think that's what anybody's trying to do if they're trying to get it popping. The Tower, similarly, is one of these cards also that, especially when it's in reverse, it's not as, intense or impactful as when it's upright. And it doesn't have to mean that a relationship is going to end or anything. It just means that there's, basically there's concerns. There's probably things that need to be communicated. You need that, that talk, that you need that expression of feelings that the Venus and Leo transit can give you. And you need that confidence. You need that positive, to think positive and everything, and not trying to control or change your partner, which again gets into this Hierophant with it wanting to break with tradition, and certainly gets into the King of Swords in reverse. He's one of these people that you have to accept him as he is. He is this man's man type, really, really heavily masculine, which can be very attractive, but it's like a thin line. It can also, cross lines and cross boundaries. So we have to be careful. You don't want anybody to, you don't want to allow anybody to mistreat you just because they're, being masculine or a man's man is not an excuse to mistreat somebody. So they still need to respect boundaries like everybody else, but you need to respect boundaries in that this is the type of person that he is. So if you want to have a relationship with him, that's who you're having a relationship with, and you can't try to change him or mold him, which may get into what we were just talking about, pushing too hard with the Queen of Wands. If they're trying to be in a relationship together, she needs to not try to change him. If you love him, then you love him. This is him. This is who he is. The King of Swords in reverse. The Page of Pentacles also is somebody who is tired of a situation. Either he's tired of being single and he's ready to get out there and start something new. And at like a face value and more intuitive sense, the way he's looking at that pentacle so lovingly, it can be like, he just wants something shiny and pretty and a beautiful relationship. But in the traditional meaning of the card in the tarot, this is another one of these cards that says that the relationship has become a dud, or you have become a dud. If you're single, you're tired of that. It's just lost its shine. He's looking at that coin like, oh, look how shiny and pretty. Your relationship has lost its shine, or your circumstance has lost its shine to you if you're single, and you just want to change that. So if you're in a relationship and, a committed relationship, it doesn't have to mean that it's over. I mean, that's up to you. If you decide you want to save it, then you need to be honest. That we need that expression that comes with Venus in Leo, that honest expression about how we're feeling and what we're willing to do to contribute to resolving that, and what we would be asking of our partner. And if one or both are not willing to do all that, then yeah, it is over. If you both are, then you're going to do what you need to do to fix it. You're going to put in that effort for the healthy communication. Maybe you're going to take some time and attention off work and finances and put some attention and effort into your relationships instead. Can totally be about being still like attached to an ex too, and some of you who are need to go back and get them, get that ex and have the pretty shiny relationship you used to have or believe you can have with them, and others of you need to work to let go of them before you can expect to ever move forward, either on your own in a healthy way or in another relationship. Also, if you're single and you can't seem to meet anybody new, then that's another time when maybe you need to take a look at yourself and see what kind of energies or negative emotions or something onto which you may be holding, including that of an ex. Air signs, just because this card is the King of Swords, which is our energy, doesn't necessarily mean it's representative of us. It could just be representative of the fact that that sort of strong, opinionated, forceful, man's man, masculine type energy is part of the scenario. You know, he's significant to the scenario. So it might not be you, it might be the other person, even if they're not an air sign. And again, you're going to have to accept him as he is, you know. And whether you're male or female, in dealing with him, the best way to do so is by drawing upon your feminine aspects, your feminine nature, your femininity. So this like sort of brings the high priestess energy with which we started back into play, because she's super, super feminine, like exuding it. Draw on something like that in order to, you know, like sort of cozy up to him, because you're not going to get him to change. And moving on to the water signs, the Six of Swords in reverse is probably the only card that it's sort of like one of these kids is doing their own thing. All of these like shared meanings and stuff, and that one is pretty much about issues that we've been like sweeping under the rug and stuff that we try to ignore, or I guess it's similar to the other cards in that it too is going to really benefit from that Venus and Leo energy if we use it, you know, if we apply it. Because if we can communicate calmly and, you know, truthfully and directly, then that's going to be really, really effective in like putting some things to bed for good. Whereas we've tried to not ruffle each other's feathers. Like, I don't want to piss you off, you don't want to piss me off. So we ignored issues and we swept things under the rug, just to try to avoid having fights or arguments or even disagreements or debates. And when this card shows up, it says like you can't hold it anymore. You have to let these things come to the surface and deal with them. And if you don't, then, you know, it could really, whereas you may have been surviving by sweeping it under the rug in the past, it could finally like cause some real damage if somebody doesn't get to like speak their piece and speak their truth. And so now you're going to have to address something with somebody. Or if you're single, then it might be a time where you're needing to address something with yourself. And again, things that you've been ignoring about yourself as it relates to your ability to enter and maintain a relationship, you know, to really let somebody else in and genuinely be part of a partnership. You know, you're going to have to address those things, especially if you want to be able to be in a partnership at some point. But if I had to sum these up, I might say earth signs, your masculine or man might just be like too stubborn for his own good, too firm for his own good for you guys to move forward. And so that would mean ultimately probably just moving on from that relationship, or at least for now, because with these two cards, again, they're saying there's a deepening of a relationship or a strengthening of love energy and, you know, the positive energy with yourself. So the positive energy for yourself would be if you let go of something that was going nowhere fast. For others, again, like especially the earth signs, deciding whether or not they are interested in maintaining those existing relationships that they have, or again going back to something that was that they're still drawn to, is still holding on to from the past that they're still interested in, or working on being alone for a while and releasing any negative emotions and things that they're holding on to. And that's where their happiness and positivity comes. And then also that would make sense with this Four of Wands, because it's like, although the Four of Wands, whether it's upside down or right side up, is kind of like a similar energy. you still can get feels of delayed gratification when a card is in reverse like this. And so it's like, I'm going to have this sort of joy and happiness, but when, when it's right, when things are resolved. And the fire signs, again, yours can kind of go either way. If you're willing to have the difficult conversations, you can save those relationships. Same thing with the water. All right, so let's do a spread from the perspective of the masculine. And again, we're beginning with the Two of Wands, which is the soulmate or divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. I don't know why I feel like looking at this. It's the Queen of Cups. It's a very loving card. She is compassionate, loving, giving, and psychic. This is a time of deep emotions and heightened intuition that you can trust completely. Be mindful that you don't ignore your own needs while caring for others. Oh, okay. And behind the Two of Wands is the Lovers in reverse. Of course, this card represents the sign of Gemini most directly, and Venus again. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. And then there's another King of Swords in reverse, just like this one. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. I'm just going to throw this in. Look where I threw it. On top of the Queen of Wands, another Queen of Wands. She is confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Right. The Lovers was, Major Arcana card 6, was on top of another 6. The Six of Cups, which is going to be a card about soulmates and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely feel, especially the earth signs, which in part can be ruled by Venus herself with Taurus. And in the case of Virgo, by Mercury. Let's see what I'm getting. I don't know yet. Let's see how it develops. But the Six of Cups is indeed a soulmate card in the tarot. So we have the soulmate card with the Six of Cups. We have the twin flame card with the Two of Wands. And we have Major Arcana card, the Lovers. And I think that really brings in the energy of spiritual relationships. So then I would look at the Hierophant and the High Priestess in that regard. Spiritual relationships. Because they're both very spiritual cards. And maybe that's why people are bored with their other relationships, their current relationships, if it's not the spiritual one, because, those are cords, those are karmic cords that sort of pull you toward the divine union and away from a regular everyday relationship that doesn't do anything for you, doesn't stimulate the soul. So that could be what's happening with a lot of people too this week. Let's see what the perspective of the divine masculine looks like. Now with an overall energy of Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower. Public recognition. The Chariot represents the sign of Cancer most directly. And there's another Ace of Wands behind it in reverse. And the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so Chariot is about movement, moving, victory, success, travel. Could be visiting someone. Modes of transportation, planes, trains, automobile. Can be about cohabitation. Could be about stop and go energy in relationships. Like, oh, we were going so good. Then, no, we're not moving like a car. All right, we're going to start again. Or I'm going to go back. Let me make a U-turn. Let me go back to my ex. All those things could be connected to this. All right, so this will be our overall energy, though. And the first card here will represent the divine feminine energy. It is another Nine of Swords. So that's who we saw before with the sleepless nights. It's the divine feminine who's feeling like that. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. The masculine as it relates to the feminine in this kind of energy here. The Two of Wands. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. So as I mentioned before, this is a soulmate, divine union, twin flame card of the tarot. In relation to the feminine's feelings here, she maybe doesn't know how he's feeling or what he thinks of her, if there's anything genuine to the connection, and he's here with it. He's Two of Wands with it. So this is really unnecessary paranoia that leads to the potential of manifesting negative energy and then blocking this that he's trying to bring to her. The masculine himself, let's look at his energy this week. And it is Major Arcana card 14, balance or temperance in the traditional tarot, which represents the sign of Sagittarius most directly, or for me, Aquarius as well. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. This is about collaboration, compromise, negotiation, being able to resolve things. Just a feeling of like where there was something lost or missing, or feeling like it was missing, lacking, stolen from you even. This is a card of restoration, recovery. You feel like you've been made whole again with this energy. It's very soothing and healing and restorative and spiritual also. So again, I think the masculine, this is exactly what I was saying, the masculine sort of feeling very spiritual about a connection. And that could be new to him. That could be what's non-traditional to him. The feminine maybe been there a long time ago. She figured it out. I'm a divine feminine and this is my masculine and whatever. He's now getting like the memo. So the masculine, with regard to the union or connection as a whole this week in love, 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles, a very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. This for me is like a family and security and marriage card, just everything. Very, very positive for relationships. Overall, I keep trying to make sure everything's in frame. Overall, Major Arcana card 11, Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. This is all about Venus having entered Leo, or Venus entering Leo. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Instead, let's try some forgiveness and compassion. Try a little tenderness, as the song goes. It was like Donny Hathaway, I think, right? I think so. And then Chris Brown redid it, I believe. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week in love if it were up to him? The Knight of Swords, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. Well, this could be a few things. This could be Venus herself in Leo. This is what he wants. He wants real communication that like means something, and we get to the bottom of something. You're really expressing your true feelings. Nobody's pride's in the way or whatever. This is like getting to the real deal. Also, the Knight of Swords and on its own, without Venus or Leo, is about, in terms of love, just really being swept off your feet. This comes in really fast, and it's fast and furious kind of energy in terms of love. So it could be that. Of course, there may be an actual air sign that is significant, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And that air energy in general again, whether Venus and Leo are involved or not, is about communication. So I think that that's the big takeaway, like wanting genuine communication, even if it's energetic as opposed to verbal, is what I'm getting with this one. What energy the masculine himself gives to the connection this week? It is Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, that introspection that's necessary. And again, this very spiritual energy. The Hermit is a super spiritual card in the tarot. It's about enlightenment and self-discovery and, just coming into your own. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, yes, self-discovery. The Hermit represents the sign of Virgo as well, most directly. What energy the universe would have either archetype or both to give to the union or connection this week? Right? We have free will, but the universe would have us do what? It's the Lovers. Again, Major Arcana card 6 represents the sign of Gemini. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. So that's the guidance the universe would give us, to follow our heart this week. Universe is trying to put two people together to genuine connection, genuine love, maybe genuine soulmates or genuine twin flames, but they have free will. We have free will. So we have to be willing to do it. And the outcome. Ace of Swords. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth in a situation and a challenging beginning. And that, I think, can go either way and supports what I was saying after the last spread. Like, for some people, this week's reading can be about not getting together or about ending a relationship, but ultimately that leads to a really positive new start for them. Maybe with somebody else, or maybe spending some time by themselves. I think I want to try to do one more real quick. So that was like from the perspective of the masculine. Let's do one that's solely from like this perspective of the universe. Just guidance. Can't make this stuff up. Now, overall energy is this 9 of Swords again now. Expecting the worst. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Sleepless nights. And behind it, the devil. So it's this feeling of being stuck in a situation or circumstance that we don't want to be in. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus on material wealth and break free of negative thinking. And if you can do that, manage that, you could be on your way to just really happy connections and or family. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. The next card is in reverse. It's the King of Cups. Okay. Divine being or couple. You can look at this from a perspective of an individual or for your union or coupling. It's the Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, rather, again. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or self-employment opportunity that will be very successful. So again, this can be a card that is about being single and just having a good time, spending time with yourself. Or when it's tied to couples, it tends to be about mutual respect and adoration and love and something that can really go someplace. Like you both value each other and have a sense of self-worth and deservingness yourselves. Recent past. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. Could have been somewhere in the recent past, somewhere with a warm climate. Maybe somebody was unwell and they've been working toward getting better, like physically unwell, and possibly even something involving like having a fever or like rays, sun rays, the need for an x-ray, sonogram, CAT scan, MRI, radiation treatments, something like that. There could have been a break, maybe couples on a break or a person on a break, maybe to spend time by themselves in the recent past, and or something involving a Sagittarius or Jupiter, possibly. Near future. The Six of Pentacles. This is one of my most favorite cards in the deck. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, to acquire wise loans, or to receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money to reputable charities. Yeah, it's not really about money, though. I mean, it connects to relationships, too. It's about unconditional love and generosity and giving of oneself just for the sake of being giving, not to be manipulative and to see what you're going to get back, to not have this need to possess other human beings and like own them, you know, to just have a genuine connection without the need for like the man-made stipulations that we put on love and relationships. Real unconditional love. And it's the ability, or represents the ability, of being able to both give and receive. Because a lot of us are really good at giving, but not so good at receiving. And then a lot of the times we get mad about it. You know, like, nobody ever gives me. But it's like, it's not necessarily no one ever tries. So sometimes it's that we're not good at receiving, and we block that energy. So this is just a really positive energy about love passing both ways. Masculine's higher self. Very nice. The Page of Cups. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive wise and emotional advice from someone, or be invited to a social event. So we saw that in the last spread too. Of course, the Page of Cups may involve a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, or be connected to you receiving messages or sending out messages to someone else, or something that puts a smile on your face, getting a nice text unexpectedly or something. Blocks to individual, you know, as a single person, or shared as a couple, progress. Major Arcana card 5, Unity, or the Hierophant. It's tradition, trying to stick to the usual way, which we're over. We're done with it. This card was actually in reverse. There's no reversals in this deck technically, but it was in reverse just like the last one. And we want to break from this cycle and break from the need to sort of fall in line and do things the way society dictates, or our friends or family do, dictate. And really do what's in our heart to do, whether that means a particular relationship or a particular person or a particular, sexual orientation or religiosity, or could be the spiritual thing that scares people. You're getting into devil worship, and you start all that kind of whatnot. People don't understand spirituality a lot of the time. So it could be any of those things. But we are guided to embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. And maybe maybe those others is just one other, and it's a spiritual partner, or a spiritual relationship, a spiritual connection, like a soul connection. what the feminine, so those who identify as feminine archetype, can do to help herself, right? With that's the block. What can she do to help herself? Get out, have fun, reunite with somebody from your past. All of these are possible with the Three of Cups. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. Okay, that could be what she has to do. Like the key part to it. Remember to cherish those you love. What the masculine can do to help himself. Ace of Spring, Ace of Wands. Start something new. A new phase, a new, in your current relationship, new energy there, or a brand new relationship period. A wonderful or a new period of being single, whatever. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and to passionately pursue every possibility. What the universe would have each or both of us do to help ourselves. The Knight of Cups. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. This can also be about, again, reconnecting with an ex. The Knight of Cups is often an ex that is returning, or we're returning to an ex. In addition to that, super romantic. It can be about, even getting deepening of commitments for sure. And the outcome here. Boom. Abundance. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment, or just a really new and abundant relationship or phase in your current relationship, with Venus, the ruler of abundance and love, entering your life here with her energy, her energy of Leo. And I talk about, at the end of the general reading, I go over what the Venus in Leo transit is all about. So further to this, we're going to get some advice from each deck here. And also keep in mind our overall energy, the Nine of Swords. For the masculine, it's the Five of Swords, because this is what we're feeling. So there's a potential for conflict, or we're feeling conflicted ourselves. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. For the feminine, the Ace of Swords. Nice. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation. It may be a challenging beginning. Masculine's other card. The Four of Swords. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a situation, or to a resolution rather. But meditation and prayer will bring you the answers that you seek. And lastly, for the feminine, it is Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer, or the Fool. You're starting a new adventure, right? Brand new. Ace, brand new. Ace, brand new. Ace. Only ace that's not here is the Ace of Cups. Run free and take a leap of faith. This is the Fool. It's about, just throwing caution to the wind and following your heart and getting in there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's love reading. I will be back with other readings. If you did, please hit the like button, share, comment. I try to respond to every comment that I get. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. So hopefully you'll get your notifications. Namaste.